Greetings and welcome back to 50 Shades of Beige. Tonight I've just got a quick showcase and a channel update for you all. So let's get right into it. First and foremost, I had taken a picture of a build that I had done on an open air bench. I had posted it on Instagram and in a couple of Facebook groups, and I got a really strong response, not so much about the build itself, but about what the build was on. So I've been looking for an open air bench for a long time. My only rule has been it's gotta be less than $100 total in cost. There are plenty of great open air benches for like the $150 to $500 range. They're just fantastic. They got nice machined aluminum, etc., etc. But to me, for such little material, it's like I don't need precision machined X, Y, and Z. I basically just need a motherboard tray from a case with a back on it. And I just couldn't justify the cost. I've tried the acrylic stuff. It was just a mess. It's too flexible. It cracks. And then I found this guy. So I picked this up for $30 on Amazon. I believe the proper name for it is the MK-01. I don't know the company name, but it's the MK-01 open air computer case. I'm extremely pleased with this. It's just rigid enough. It comes with all the hardware you need. It's 4 pieces of metal, 8 screws, and your standoffs, and you're done. You can have this thing built in less than 10 minutes. I wanted to show you a couple things real quick, just that bothered me a little bit when I was building this thing. So the main thing here is these screws. So what they did here, and I feel like this is a running gag on this channel, they give you case screws to put this triangle on to hold these 2 pieces together. The problem is that there's no threads for the case screws. So you're basically self-tapping. There's a hole there, but it's too small, right? So you really gotta push hard. It's no fun. It's no fun. You need a big screwdriver, and you actually wind up pushing so hard that there's a really good chance that you're going to bend your bench before you even get a chance to use it, which I think is a shame. When you remove one of these screws, and then let's say you need to move something around and then you want to put these back in, what ends up happening is you go to put the screw back in and it's like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. I mean, it's a mess. But other than that, I think it's great, and I say for the price, considering the price of this thing's competition, you really can't go wrong. I think it's fantastic. In fact, it wouldn't be terribly hard. You've got all these extra screw holes and stuff. You could probably, build feet to put underneath here pretty easily. For all you retro heads, I picked up this Micronix dual Pentium 3 dual slot 1 motherboard. This is a particularly versatile board. It's got options for 66, 100, and 133 megahertz front side bus. So you can really, if the BIOS supports it, you can go anywhere from Pentium 2 all the way up towards the end of Pentium 3, which is fantastic. It gives us lots of different options. You got up to 1 gig of RAM. Right now, I've got the AW32 sound card in here, and I've got the Voodoo 2 GPU. But that's just temporary because I thought, well, maybe I should just ask the channel. Maybe I should ask you guys, what do you think we should build in this? I'm not sure. I haven't really made up my mind yet, but I do know that I want to build something. And the reason being is these dual slot 1 motherboards aren't really heavily covered on TechTube. And that's one of the goals of my channel, is to kind of cover things that are neglected. And it kind of segues well into the channel update. First and foremost, above all else, I am a technologist. I happen to do phones for a day job, so I'm very knowledgeable about phones, but I don't want to cover the latest Galaxy or the latest Pixel because that's what everybody else is covering, right? I want to cover things that other people might be interested in, and that's why I stress so much. I ask you guys to just make a suggestion in the comments. Tell me what you want to see, and I'll make it for you. I'm not interested in covering the RTX 4090 because there's a million other rubber stamp tech tubers out there, and God bless them. No shade on their part. Good for them. I'm happy for them, but that's not why I'm here. I mean, come on. Do we really need another tech tuber that's going to talk about the Commodore 64 and the TRS-80? How many Commodore 64 and TRS-80 videos can we really make, right? So anyway, I'm more interested in exploring things that aren't widely explored by the greater tech tube community, usually because they're just not very popular. So I want to turn this into a gaming build. We got these poor, lonely PCI slots over here. I'm sure we can do something with those. You guys let me know. This is our 100th upload, so I wanted to say thanks for everybody who's come along for the ride for my 100th video. Thanks for hanging in there. We also reached the threshold of 200 subscribers, which is fantastic, and we're actually well past 200 now. So just wanted to say a heartfelt thank you, especially to Jimified and a few others of you that you know who you are. Thanks so much for watching and sticking in there with me. I promise I've got plenty more content on the way. I've got 3 videos on the deck right now, and we're going to do a premiere on Saturday. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.